I want to welcome you to the fight capital of the world, Las Vegas. This is the final press conference for Benavidez versus Plant. I'm Brian Custer. I'm the host of Showtime Championship Boxing. Well, on Saturday, March 25th, the day has finally come. Showtime pay-per-view from the MGM Grand Garden Arena. You will see one of the biggest fights boxing fans have been demanding for quite some time. One of the most significant fights of this year. A grudge match. David Benavidez versus Caleb Plant. A marquee matchup of two of the best fighters at 168 pounds. This fight card is top quality from the top all the way to the beginning, because that's what Showtime Boxing is all about. The best fighting the best, champion versus champion, top-rated challengers, top prospects, all in compelling fights, all with significant implications. The night is going to begin with welterweights and the unbeaten Cody Crowley taking on Abel Ramos. Next, we'll see two top prospects looking for redemption after suffering their first professional loss. It's prime time. Back on Showtime, Chris Colbert taking on Rayo. Guy with power in his hands, Jose Valenzuela. And then we get to the co-main. Two unbeaten, uber talented, 154 pounders. Jesus Ramos taking on Joey Spencer. Folks, the broadcast is going to begin live, 9 p.m. Eastern. That is 6 o'clock Pacific time. Of course, it's all produced, distributed by the best in boxing, and that's Showtime pay-per-view. We're going to stream live coverage of two undercard bouts. You can see that on our Showtime pay-per-view countdown show. That will come your way at 7 o'clock Eastern time. That's 4 o'clock Pacific. The entire event is brought to you by Premier Boxing Champions. It's being promoted by TGV Promotions and Simpson Boxing. Tickets, you can get your tickets at AXS.com. Again, AXS.com. This event is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Listen, action's so good, why bet on boxing anywhere else? And by Big George Foreman. It's exclusively in movie theaters on April 28th. Tickets on sale now. It is rated PG-13. Let me bring to the podium now the president of Showtime Sports, Mr. Steven Espinoza.
Former IBF champion, he's one of the most skilled and smooth boxers in the sport. The main event, the main pay-per-view card starts at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. And there's a much more than just the main event. As Brian noted, there are 3 high-quality, high-intensity undercard fights on the pay-per-view. 8 fighters on the pay-per-view. They've got a combined record of 159 wins with just 8 losses, 105 combined knockouts. This is a true fight fan's fight card. It's a fight card for the true boxing fan. Boxing fans say they want the best, fighting the best. Well, we're giving it to them. 2 of the top fighters in the super middleweight division in the main event. Boxing fans say they want 50-50 fights. Well, we've got those up and down the card. And boxing fans say they want a high quality, evenly matched undercard with quality fights. Well, we got that. Meaningful, hard-fought fights up and down the pay-per-view. It all starts at 6 p.m. local time. We'll see you Saturday night.
Thank you, Steven. Guys, let's talk about the fights. We're going to begin with the opening fight of the night that you'll see on Showtime pay-per-view come Saturday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 o'clock Pacific time. Welterweights. You've got Cody Crowley, unbeaten, 21-0, 9 knockouts. Taking on Abel Ramos, 27-5-2. 21 knockouts. He has fought a who's who. You look at his resume, he's fought for the world title. Cody, you have basically mauled every opponent that they've put in front of you with your pressure, with your punch output. Give this audience, people watching, some insight on what Abel's in for Saturday night.
He's in for a world of hurt. I'm like a steam train coming forward. If, like I always say, if you're not willing to throw 100 to 200 punches around, you're not up for the Cody Crowley challenge. So I enter that ring with one thing in mind, and that is completely suffocating my opponents to the point where they can't breathe and they tap out. I take the thinking ability away from them, and I make it a war. That's what we're supposed to be in that ring, as warriors, gladiators. That's how this sport started out. You know, 2 guys in a pit, they would fight to death. Nowadays, we have a lot of guys running around trying to win rounds. My main concern is that every fan in the stadium is standing on their feet at the end of a Cody Crowley fight. So I expect to bring fireworks. I always bring fireworks. There's really nothing more I can say to Abel. He knows what to expect. And I just hope to God this man has the greatest sleep of his life Friday night, because I want the best Abel Ramos standing, meeting me at the center of the ring for a world of hurt.
Abel, listen, you fought for the world title. You just heard him. No one's been able to withstand the pressure that he brings to his opponents. You tell us why. You will be the first to defeat Cody Crowley.
Well, first of all, I want to thank God, for allowing me to be in this position, this amazing fight card. And I'm excited, man. I'm glad he has that type of mindset. It's going to be a good show for the fans. And what I'm going to do definitely is hit him with good power shots, man. I don't think he's ever felt a power like mine, and Saturday he's going to feel that.
Cody, in light of family tragedy that you suffered here recently, tell the people why this fight has so much significance to you.
Thank you. I forgot by saying one thing. Mom, back on the TV, we're back on Showtime, we did it. I love you. Doesn't get easier. Me and my father, we've been battling mental health issues for a couple years. He was battling it for his whole life. He had demons that he couldn't beat, and last summer they got the best of him, and he took his own life. And this fight right now gives me a reason to get up every day. It gives me a reason to continue to keep pushing forward, because life is hard. Life is hard for each and every one of us. I think everyone sitting in these seats can contend to that. And we need something to keep pushing forward and striving for. And my father has gave me a great example of what to be and what not to be. And he taught me mistakes that I will never ever make in my life. And come Saturday night, March 25th, it's my 30th birthday. I didn't think I'd make it to 30, but thanks to my father, I have. So this fight's for you, Dad, and I'm raising money for this fight to a great organization, Team 55, who collects money for other people who have mental health issues, who need help, and they can go and get free help and reach out when they're ready. And that was the greatest way to honor my father. I could sit here and talk, but I just want to say thanks Showtime for the opportunity. I possibly might not be here without the opportunity. So my hat's off to you guys, my heart's out to you guys, I love you guys, and I'm ready to show out on March 25th.
Thank you, brother. Abel, got an unbeaten fighter front of you on Saturday night, what do you believe a win over Crowley does for you in the welterweight division?
I believe it puts me back in line for a world title shot, man. That's what I'm hoping for. I know he's undefeated. I know we got a tough fight on Saturday, but that's why we train so hard, man. We're ready for this challenge, and I'm going to be fighting for a world title soon.
Do you believe because he's unbeaten, and as you talked about trying to get back in that title contention, do you need to be spectacular, like a stoppage Saturday night?
I think I just have to win convincingly. Stoppage would be like the cherry on top for the performance, but I think just convincingly that would put me right back.
Fantastic. That's the first fight of the night. Abel Ramos, Cody Crowley. Then we get to the next fight. And you had two guys who at one point were unbeaten until their last fight. Both of them suffered disappointing losses. And Saturday night, they both said it's about redemption. We got prime time. Chris Colbert, 16-1. He's got 6 knockouts. Taking on Jose Valenzuela. He's 12-1. He's got 8 knockouts. All right, Chris. How difficult of a task do you have in front of you Saturday night, considering you got a fighter who's just as desperate as you are to get a win and get back into that win column, and he's known as a puncher?
First of all, I'd like to thank God. I'd like to thank Showtime, my team, Al Heyman. I wouldn't say I'm really desperate. I'm not really desperate. I know what happened to me in my last fight, but I don't make no excuses. Everything happens for a reason, I believe. And like I said, I'm not really desperate. I just know I'm gonna get a win on Saturday night. I know we got a tough competitor in front of us, but it is what it is. It's another day, another dollar for me. I'm gonna go out there and do what I do best, and that's win.
Jose, what is Chris Colbert in for Saturday night?
First and foremost, I'd like to thank God, my team, Al Heyman, Showtime, for another big opportunity. He's in for a long night. I've gone back to the drawing board. I prepared tremendously. Focused a lot in myself. Cleaned everything around me, and I'm ready. It's gonna be a good night of boxing, and he's in for a long night.
Prime time? Simple. Tell us why you win this fight Saturday night.
Nah, he set up in for a long night. All my nights is long. I ain't known for knocking nobody else, so there's no pressure on me. I'm always ready to go 10 rounds, 12 rounds, whatever I gotta go. I ain't really tripping. But say that question again.
Why do you win this fight Saturday night?
I'm just overall a better fighter. If all you got is power to come beat me, you win for another thing coming. He better make sure his toolbox is full.
Jose, same question. Why do you win this fight Saturday night?
I think I got more advantages. I'm the natural 135 pounder. This is his first fight at 135. He's coming up from 130. He got stopped by a 130 pounder.
Whoa! I never got stopped. You talking about yourself? I never got stopped, brother.
Okay, he
Relax.
was dropped. He was hurt. He crumbled versus Hector. Saturday night, I'm gonna show him why the 135 division is so talked about.
Wait, hold on. Are you good though? Are you sure you good?
I'm
How you
100.
saying I get
I'm
stopped?
gonna show you, man. I'm gonna show you Saturday how good I am.
You got
Show
stopped.
you Saturday how good I am.
You got your head punched in. You got stopped. I didn't
Show
get
you
stopped.
Saturday how good I am.
So I'll give you both the last opportunity, the last word. I'll start with you, Prime Time. Give the folks final word here on what they should expect Saturday night.
Shit, make sure y'all tune in, man. Y'all wanna miss this, man. This is gonna be fireworks. He said he coming to do whatever he said he coming to do, and I'm coming to win. I don't care how I'm gonna win by, but I'm gonna win. Like I said, if all he coming to the table with his power, that nigga got another thing coming.
Jose, final word.
I'm glad that's what he thinks all I got is power. I'm bringing a lot more to the table. If you're back home, make sure you tune in, buy Showtime pay-per-view. Toda mi gente mexicana, asegúrense que agarren el Showtime pay-per-view, va a estar bueno en la cartelera. Y vamos a ganar.
Love it. Love it. Now we get to the co-main. Man, what a fight we have in the 154-pound division. And it's great because you got two unbeaten fighters, two guys who can box, two guys who can bang with the best of them. We start Joey Spencer, 16-0. He's got 10 knockouts, and he is taking on Jesus Ramos, who is 19-0. He's got 15 knockouts. Joey, listen, this is rare that you get two young guys. I mean, you guys are babies, and yet unbeaten, facing each other. Tell us why you even took this fight with Jesus.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't take this fight. I called for this fight. I made this fight happen, and along with Jesus, who accepted it. So this fight was a fight that I wanted for respect. I wanted to show that, you know, who the top young guy in the PBC is. You know, we're probably a couple of the youngest. So I wanted to show who the top one is, and right now, you know, that's going to determine it. So I wanted to go in there and put on a performance that is undeniable, that I'm ready to go to contender status and get ready to contend for a title.
Jesus, heard his explanation. You tell us why you took this fight.
Yeah, you know, I took this fight for the same reason. You know, I want respect. I want to for people to know, you know, that I'm here. I want to make a statement at 154, and I think whoever wins this fight catapults themselves, you know, to that next level, to that contender status, and that's what I'm here for.
So, you're facing a guy who, talk about Joey, who can not only box, but he's certainly got the punching power as well. Do you believe this fight goes the distance, or will it end in the stoppage?
I think, yeah, I mean, I think we're both good boxers. I think it could go the distance, but if we want to prove something, we have to get the stoppage.
Joey, what do you believe a win over Jesus does for you and places you when you talk about 154? Because we just saw, you know, Tim Tszyu make a statement in getting Harrison. Now he's set up to fight the undisputed champion. What do you think a win over an unbeaten Jesus does for you and places you at 154?
Yeah, there's a few different routes that can happen in the 154-pound division depending on what Charlo does after he fights Tim, and if he decides to move up or if he decides to keep, you know, defending at 154. So, you know, the winner of this fight could get a title shot next if he were to vacate soon, or, you know, if the belts got relinquished, or, you know, we might need one more fight before we go in there and get a title shot, is what I imagine. But I'm ready for the best fight that I can get after this fight. You know, this is competition at the highest level. This is what the sport's about. It's like what the other guys on stage have said already. This is what, you know, the sport was based on. And, you know, so after this fight, this was the best fight, the top fight that I could get, and I want the top fight I can get after, because I'm addicted to preparing for these type of moments. I want it again.
All right, give you guys a final word here. Jesus, let the people know, what should they expect when you step into the ring with Joey Spencer on Saturday night?
It's going to be a great fight. You know, we're both undefeated. We don't want to lose that O, so we're both going to come out to fight, and expect fireworks from not only our fight, but from the whole card. It's going to be a great card and a great night of boxing.
Joey, final word.
Yeah, you know what? Just tune in. Make sure that if there's a fight card you're going to pay for, it's this one, because I really think that any one of these fights on the undercard could steal the show. You know, obviously the main event is going to be nothing but fireworks, but I think every fight on this undercard is going to be fireworks too. And like Jesus said, we're both undefeated. He's got to come in and prove to me that he can beat me, and I've got to prove to him that I can beat him. And one of us has to take the other's heart in order to do that. So that's the type of fight that you really want to tune in and see. Neither one of us believe we can lose. I sure don't. So we got to go in there and we got to prove it to each other.
You just sold me. I'm going to be watching that. Here we go. Folks, that's what we got here when you talk about the undercard here, the beginning fight, all the way up to the co-main. These guys are willing to put on the show for you on Saturday night. Guys, let's have face off and let's pose here for the cameras here. Let's start with the first fight of the night. You guys will get up for us. And we'll start with the first fight of the night, the welterweights.
Sin miedo,
Cody Crowley, Jesus Ramos. It is the first fight of the night. And then we get to the next fight. This is going to be good. Chris Colbert, Jose Valenzuela.
Right here, guys. Right here, both of you.
This one's going to be intense. Chris Colbert, Rayo, Jose Valenzuela. And then we get to the co-main. 2 unbeaten. Joey Spencer. Second on Jesus Ramos. The entire undercard. Cody Crowley, Abel Ramos, Jose Valenzuela, Chris Colbert, Joey Spencer, and Jesus Ramos.